What's going on, guys? What's going on? Hold on, let me just make sure my audio. Okay, perfect. All right, so happy Sunday. Okay, I decided to pre-record today's call because I won't be able to be with you guys tonight, unfortunately. But I still want to make sure that we talk about the trades from this past week and go over the upcoming trades for this week and where the market is now, so forth and so on, all the things. Okay. So I'm getting ready to share my screen. And this week was some beautiful moves. All right. And let's go ahead and talk about them. So of course, as always, we pick up where we left off from last week. So I'm getting ready to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. So let's talk about where we were last week. Remember my initial trade for last week was I was looking for a price. We were here somewhere. Yeah, so like right here on Sunday. I was looking for a price to literally pull back and then drop. All right. And when we put the bars pattern on, go back and watch the video, check the video. I only had it going to here. Now, there is a reason for that. I don't want to talk about it right now just because I want you guys feedback and input on it. And this is a conversation that I want to have. So I'm not going to give y'all the answer to the question right now. But I did pose a question this past week in you guys' chart talk group and asked you guys, why did I only have price going right there? And as you guys see, once it got right there, it literally dropped. Again, I want to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about it right now because I don't want to just give you guys the answer. I want you guys to look for the answer, and then I am going to have a convo with y'all next Sunday or whatever the next time we do our Zoom call. Yeah, Sunday, and we're gonna talk about it. But anyways, so as you see, that literally played out perfectly. And there was something else that I told you guys that we needed to be aware of this past week. Okay, which was our foundation levels. I put this in you guys group, also in the chart talk group on Telegram. If you're not in it, please make sure you're in it. Please make sure you join it. Okay, because it's very important when you are looking at where you are in the market. Like, I heard so many people say, oh, the market this past week was super choppy. The market this past week, this, that, da, 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 right? That is because you have to really understand where you are in order to trade sufficiently and effectively. And it's very, very, very critical. So as you guys see, remember we talked about last week, we're literally near a foundation level. And then I asked you guys on the call last week, what does that mean? All of you guys said consolidation. And as you guys see this week, there was literally a consolidation all through here. And if you're brand new, consolidation just means price is not literally moving in an uptrend or a downtrend, is literally going sideways. So right here, we had no highs, we had no lows up until this past Friday here where we had this drop. Now, we stayed along this level all week. There were definitely trades that you could have taken within this. Like, as you see, there were some beautiful structure setups through here. Where we are right now, though, I know a couple people called them that tagged me on their trades on Instagram, but where we are right now, I am looking for this to, like, the market hasn't even opened yet. It's literally 4 o'clock on a Sunday. This momentum needs to finish. Y'all know how I am on Fridays. If Friday it has a very big push, do not just hop in the market. Like, we all know that the market needs balance, right? Impulse, correction, continuation. Anytime there is a big push in one direction, the market has to like level off, right? Before continuing structure. So we had this big push on Friday. Now, we're talking about a big push in regards to minor structure because as you guys see, this small push isn't anything compared to the main downtrend that we're in right here, right? But there's a very big imbalance in the market, right? So here, I am expecting, once this finishes, look for price to pull back. But again, this has to finish first. Don't just hop in willy-nilly. Like, you need some confirmation. Just as we did, remember last week where we had like this divergence literally telling us, okay, a buy is coming. And what I mean by divergence, I'm talking about here. So we had this structure, all right? So we need some confirmation first, and then look for, I want to see how far that's going to push down, honestly. And look, like, do not hop in a trade from where it is right now, because there is no entry, a safe entry for anything right now, coming from the break of this trend line Friday. Now, I'm going to hire, I'm going to go on a different broker real quick. So we can see our next real support level. I drew that there today, but let's look at our next real support area. So if we look left, right, I have this zone going through here just because this was previous support, tested as resistance, and then now we're literally entering this area right here, right? That line that I had originally drawn on there a second ago was just because you had like this previous level right here where we're entering, you see right here. But as you see, there wasn't a lot of consolidation through here. So where we are right now, we need this to finish before we like literally jump in for our next move. However, this is that zone. This would be the next zone that I draw on structure in regards to, again, support, tested as resistance, all through here. Okay. So let that finish. And then literally look, if we do not, and this is very important just to recognize also, anytime you have a support area, the reason that we draw zones instead of just lines is because price can literally stop at that level or go inside of that support area. So it's very important just to understand like where you are in regards to structure on your smaller time frames. As you guys see, I'm on the 4-hour right now. So that's why you have to learn your minor structure, because where you are inside of that structure really does matter. As you guys see, we had some weak exhaustion all through here previously this week, but then Friday we had this push down, and then right here, again, when the market opens, before we just anticipate any type of, oh, price is just about to bounce, even though I'm expecting a pullback this week, before we just jump in, we need to like make sure price stops and not just giving us like our, we need to make sure price stops instead of just like pushing straight through. All right. Okay. Now let's look at GJ, because that was also something we went over last week. Let's actually pull it up over here, and then I'll go on a different broker if I need to for clarification purposes. Okay, so this past week, we were here on Sunday, and from here, remember the market had already started moving like by the time we had hopped on our call, and there wasn't really any safe entry right here on the call. However, I was expecting, remember I told people like look to see at this zone, but look to see at this trend line. All right, so our first thing, remember I said, if we break through this zone, we're gonna go up to this trend line right here. At that point, we just needed to kind of see what price was gonna do before we made our next move or whatever the case may be. Price ended up pushing literally to our trend lines. Okay, so remember we had this blue trend line coming from the top up here, right there. And then I read your updates at the Chart Talk Telegram group about this trend line up here. But so we had this, and then we have this black trend line coming through here. Our black trend line is this smaller structure, and then our overall structure that was here is where the blue trend line is, okay? And then there's something else that we need to understand where we are is, again, the foundation level, which I wrote in the group for that as well, okay? So what I meant by, even when we were on GU, understanding where you are in regards to structure, is because your foundation levels, and I've talked about this before, is literally like an 18-wheeler truck. Like anytime price gets to it, like when an 18-wheeler truck gets to a stoplight, it takes forever for it to actually push away from that stoplight. So anytime you're in these foundation levels, you have to understand that price is not going to just push away. It's not just going to touch it and move away from price. Like price literally will stick there and test that area multiple times before just breaking away. And as you guys see, that's what happened here. So this was a beautiful like sell. Remember I told you guys, like after price gets here, look for price to pull back, or look for price to literally drop to the next point. So we know stopping points. We talk about this on literally every single call. Your next point would have been literally this zone. Price reached there beautifully. So price, this was the first trade, was just to get to our actual trend line area, then look for price to pull back. So when price pulled back, it literally pulled back to this zone right here, tested it as support. I actually haven't even looked at this literally since Tuesday when I gave y'all that last update in the group. But as you guys see, again, price consolidated here multiple times. Friday, was it Thursday or Friday? I want to talk about this because I tell you guys all the time, do not be scared of news. And then news, if anything, just pushes price where it needs to be. Because if you guys see, this is still a maintain of structure, right? Okay, so we had price pull back, boom, boom, boom. Remember, we were expecting price to pull back to this trend line. Well, pull back here first, then if it broke that, pull to the trend line and then drop. We're still in structure. We're respecting this trend line top. We're respecting our foundation level. And then as you guys see, we literally respected this trend line up until the point where we got our drop. When price dropped, it literally came to a previous trend line coming from below. At this point, y'all know I don't, GJ is not one of my like mains. So I don't have it color coded like all my other pairs. I literally got on GJ because one of y'all students had just asked me to go over it on a Monday. I think I saw a setup at that point in time and I was like, oh, this is pretty. I should take advantage. So I need to go through and color code all of GJ. So if y'all wondering why all of this is purple, that is why. It's because it started out as a minor structure for somebody, and then as more price developed, it literally, I just started dragging the zones out. But anyway, so this point right here, as you guys see, is from a previous trend line all through here, right? So again, news does not complicate the market, right? If you understand trading and you understand your structure and you understand where you are in the market, it literally pushes the market where it needs to go, okay? So again, we were expecting our sell, and then when price pushed up, actually, I'm about to Google it just to show you guys. When price pushed up, GBP, JPY, let's go. Oh, wait, why is it not screen sharing? Oh, I shared Trading View and not Safari. Okay. All right, let me re-click this. So literally, you could just type in a date. What happened to GBP, JPY Thursday, April 18th? Like, this is for people who don't understand news yet and they're trying to learn it. You can literally just type these things in and it will come up. So if you click this link here, right? GBP, JPY drops 0.56% as rising Israel-Iran tensions drive safe haven flows to the end. All right. So basically, what happened? Japanese yen got very strong. All right. We all know that Japanese yen is one of the safe haven currencies. It got very strong. If we look here, Boom, boom, boom. Um, yeah. So this is all the news that I would take out of here. I don't trade Ichimoku Cloud or anything like that, but all I'm saying is if you just Google, like anytime the market moves sporadically, don't just look at it like, oh my God, the market moves sporadically. Like actually look to see, okay, what just happened? Like if you do not understand and if you're constantly trying to learn news. I also have this up here because I do want you guys to just start. Y'all know FX Street, you can always look at FOREX Factory for my newbies. I use Bloomberg Terminal, but I know that's very in-depth for a lot of people, but you can also look at trading economics. So you see here for the week ahead, it says in the United States, all eyes will be on Q1 GDP growth rate and PCE prices. All right, so consumption alongside personal income and spending figures. Additionally, investors will closely monitor durable goods orders. So y'all can literally read through this and see like how the market from a fundamental perspective will be affecting the market this week. But as with GU, we had a lot of momentum on Friday. So we need to wait for this momentum to finish before we really like decide where or ultimately like what's happening next at the market just for our what's the word I'm looking for our confirmation and confluence purposes. Okay. Um, I will be updating you guys in the group just like I did last week. Because again, the market hasn't even opened yet. So we need to kind of see how it opens, look to see like if we have any rejection, even we remember we have this minor zone through here that kind of lines up with this trend line right here. We need to just wait for our structure to finish before we can like really discern the whole move or the whole move for the next week. While I'm on here though, let's just look at the DXY really quickly. Now, DXY does not correlate to GJ at all. DXY is primarily used for the dollar index. So we look left, even right here, and that's why we had like a lot of consolidation through this area and the range that it is right now. So long term, as you see, this is on an uptrend, no different than GU is literally on a complete downtrend right now. I can see this continuing higher, but I want to see this pull back, just like looking at where it is. It just reached a TP level. If you guys see this negative 27 right here, it reached this TP level, but I want to see if price on a smaller structure is going to pull back. We break this zone, look for price. That'll be our confirmation for a deep pullback before the continuation higher. So that means the same thing for GU. That would be our confirmation for the continuation up before our main like drop. So yeah. So remember to take this step by step. Yeah, because even if we look over here, support, 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 resistance, resistance. So make sure you guys take this step by step just for your confluence purposes. And then I will see you guys. Yeah, because honestly, I could see if this zone, because we don't have much confirmation yet, but if this zone breaks, because this isn't strong enough divergence yet, but this could give us, if it actually pulls back, I could see it pulling back to like this 105 area. But again, I'm on the 4 hour right now, so that's gonna take time. Y'all know sometimes I just give y'all like the way overview, just like I told y'all months ago that gold was literally gonna fly to the moon. And if y'all go look at it, y'all will see that there was so much money to be made. But yeah, so I love you guys. That's just like a brief little run through. Sorry, there aren't any direct entries right now, but as y'all know, I am a safe trader. So I am not just about to give out something just because, oh, the market is about to open. It's like we have to wait for our confirmations for validity before I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, this is definitively doing this when we're in our minor structures. But as you guys see, even from the trades this week, that's why it's important to learn your minor structure so you can trade in the midst and throughout, so that you guys can take advantage of the moves and make a lot of money on a weekly basis. So I will talk to y'all soon. I love y'all. And I will post this. I'm trying to decide if I should stream it live at 8:30 or if I should I'll probably just post it now just to make sure it's up. But all right, you guys. So I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all next week.